Well, Rampage Pro Wrestling fans, we're back. It's time for our main event, and unfortunately, it's also time for the BFF team, but it's also time for me to be joined by Sal Renaro.
Thank you for bringing me back, Bill. I've been looking forward to this match for a week now. Last week, the unmitigated attack by Stevens and Andrews on
Adler,
Drew.
right?
Yes, and then, I mean, I did what I felt was right. You know, I tried to stop them. They hit me in the head. I'm pretty sure that protein can's loaded, Bill. I don't know what's in it, but I've been hit with plastic before.
You mean not so much protein?
No, I think it's minus protein. Or maybe it's weight gain, and that would explain why it hurts so much.
Well, neither of them really need help in that, I think.
Well, maybe that's what their problem is.
And their real problem, though, is what's about to come out the curtain, and that's their opponents for this particular match. New tag team, but not new to our Rampage Pro Wrestling.
Not at all, Bill. This is I'm trying to think of a proper way to say it, but I mean, I think this is going to be a great union. I mean, we've got...
Well, these are champions. That's what they are and have been, and we're seeing them together, and you put two champions together, and you're going to get something special, and that's what you got here.
Every single time, Bill, it's like when Magic and Kareem joined, or Michael and Scottie Pippen, Bill. We've got two...
Randy Savage and Hulk Hogan.
Whoa, okay, well, let's not go that far, all right? Yeah. Not quite mega powers. They don't have enough facial hair.
True that.
Man, if they did.
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Well, I'll see what I can do.
Yeah. But right now in the ring, we've got the tag team of J-Rod and Frankie Valentine outside of the ring and slightly disrobing, and that's never a good thing.
In the worst way possible.
Are the adorable one and the marvelous one themselves.
Except the adorable.
And they certainly are one.
They are a unit. I will definitely say that. They are one unified group.
I think we can agree on that. And you have to put up with one of these guys on Rampage Radio, which, if I understand correctly, immediately follows this broadcast on Fox 24.
Bill, right after this airing, we will be in Rampage Studios. Myself and Marvelous Michael Stevens on Fox Sports 1670. It's by far the best wrestling radio talk show in the country.
And I'm betting that he's going to probably try to have an excuse, try to give you some reason why he attacked you, why he had to do what he had to do, defending himself, something like that.
Well, I had to actually sign a waiver going into this, saying that I wouldn't harm Michael Stevens in any way if I feel necessary, which is quite often. But Marv doesn't need all this. I've seen it time and again, I took Marv under my wing 2 years ago here in Rampage when I was the general manager.
He was the assistant.
He was the assistant to the general manager.
Yes.
And he did... Oh, looks like we're going for an abdominal stretch here by Andrew.
Little amateur professional wrestling where he'd be able to take him down to the mat and hold the maneuver. It'd be a guillotine and isn't getting one, but...
No. Instead of taking him to the mat, he's taken to his partner in crime there, Michael Stevens. And the strain that puts, it not only is tearing at the obliques there of Frankie Valentine, but it's also stretching the rib cage, which is compressing into his lungs, which is making it difficult to breathe,
Look at how deep he has that cinched. Also, the size advantage also playing in this in terms of the ability to gain leverage.
And this is what I've talked about before with these BFF guys. They put on this show, they dance, they wear boas, they've got glasses and headbands, and people often underestimate these guys.
Stan Robinson finally noticing, doing a little work himself, and that helped Frankie Valentine, but damage done to the arm and the midsection of Frankie Valentine, but he manages to quickly tag out smart by Frankie Valentine.
He made the right choice there. Frankie tagged out, brought in his partner J-Rod, who's known for those, one of the, if not the best striker on the Rampage roster, Bill. Every part of J-Rod's body he tends to use as a weapon. He can throw those forearms, he can throw those kicks, he can throw chops. As seen there.
And look at how they're holding Andrews in their corner, their side of the ring. Good tag team wrestling right here shown by J-Rod and Frankie Valentine. Valentine, of course, was part of another tag team a while back here at Rampage Pro Wrestling with our current champion, Kyle Matthews. By the way, when we're back here, fans, on April 15th, you know who's going to be back?
Oh, who, Bill? Who?
Kyle Matthews.
Yes, he will. The heavyweight champion will be back in action on April 15th here at Johnny G's. I'm excited. who's not excited right now, though, is Anthony Andrews, he's been unable to get out of this corner. You know, he angered Frankie.
Well, now a little turnabout is fair play as Valentine gets his own abdominal stretch, and he's got that leg cinched in tight there.
We got J-Rod. What's J-Rod doing here? J-Rod's reaching out for the fans.
Oh, we got a little bit of help on the outside. I don't know if Stan
leverage.
Robinson is seeing this at this point. It's hard to see.
Look at him. There's about 8 people pulling on Anthony Andrews. He might just want to tap out here.
And now Stan Robinson with a smile on his face, forcing marvelous Michael Stevens. Do you think Stan Robinson is letting this?
Stan would never let something like this happen. See, he's calling it right down the middle.
And now he's getting into position.
He's giving them a stern lecture, Bill, as they deserve.
It is. They look chastised.
Oh, heavens. And a big hip toss there by Valentine. Wow. Only here in Rampage Pro Wrestling will you see a fan interaction abdominal stretch, Bill. And fans at home, you'll be able to be a part of that on April 15th.
You're right. We've said it many times. If you're enjoying watching this at home, and why wouldn't you be? Just imagine how much you're going to enjoy it live here at Johnny G's. And then when the show is over, the show really isn't over, because Johnny G's, one of the great family fun centers in all the United States, and it's right here in Warner Robins, Georgia, convenient to Macon, Georgia. You're going to want to make a whole Sunday out of it.
It's more than just a wrestling show. It's an event. We have the best pro wrestling in the state. We've got the biggest putt-putt course in the state. We've got the cars that you get to drive. There's so much I don't even know the names for, but what I do know a name for is a knee right there delivered by J-Rod to Anthony Andrews.
Right to the side of the face. Nothing pretty about it, but it's certainly effective.
And that's J-Rod's M.O.
Elevated right there to get kicked in that ample midsection of young Mr. Andrews.
Well, he pads it for protection.
Ah, that's what that is?
It's safety first.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
uppercut, and that I think hurt Frankie Valentine almost as much as it did Andrews, but that hurt Andrews more.
You can pad your belly all you want. You can't pad your jaw, Bill. What's Stevens doing over here, trying to get involved again? From the outset, this match has been hot and heavy, and J-Rod and Frankie, for the most part, have controlled this match.
Valentine, though, has the man a little close to the tag corner. He may want to try to maneuver him back closer to the middle of the ring, or even further toward his tag corner, perhaps taunting him a bit here, but ring positioning not to the advantage.
Well, big back suplex there.
As I said, ring positioning not to the advantage of Frankie Valentine in his location now.
Oh, Marv just threw that powder in his eyes, Bill.
And now cleaning the ring, which I guess is just nice of Mark.
Well, I guess, for all his bad, I guess there's some good in everybody. But he's going
no
to work
tag
on those
right there. See if
Oh.
Stan Robinson allows the tag. He didn't see, and he's noting, I didn't see the tag. Up to him whether he's going to allow it or send him back for a tag. And now he's noticing the mess in the corner, but he can't call what he doesn't see.
Unfortunately, Frankie hasn't seen any of this either. He's been blinded by this. I assume it's the pro team. Just when I come out here and say I think it's a loaded jug, they provide proof that there's actually something in there. And Frankie's just throwing wild punches, Bill. He has no idea where to even make contact. And this goes back to what I've been saying about these BFF guys, Bill. They're dangerous when they want to be. When you peel away the shenanigans, when you pull away the boas and the glasses and the showmanship, these guys are dangerous inside that ring.
Now they're going right back after those eyes, and if you can't see, the disadvantage tremendous in any sport, and so too in professional wrestling.
Maybe even more so than in professional wrestling. And the only good news I can say right now is we have the world's best eye surgeon on staff here.
Very much so, but not here right now, and he's not going to be very helpful as Frankie Valentine.
Oh, I see blood, Bill.
And Valentine is bleeding. You're 100% right. I don't know if that's out of the nose or the mouth, but we do see blood right here coming out of the. I think it's out of the mouth, Sal.
It looks to, which means it could be from anywhere. It could be.
That could be internal hemorrhaging at this point, is what I was thinking.
The barrage of blows and strikes that they put on Frankie since they've literally turned this match around in matters of seconds. The blinding substance. Frankie's for the worse of wear. There's no question about that. He's still fighting though, Bill, and that's what we've come to know and love about Frankie Valentine.
But you got to worry about the man. When you see blood come out of the mouth, it could be as benign as, a cut inside the mouth. But if it is some kind of internal damage, if there is some kind of rupture internally, everything that happens to him from this time after is going to exacerbate that to the point where we could have a serious medical condition here,
we
fans.
can have much more than just a small wrestling injury on our hands.
Oh, but nobody home right there.
More. I guess he suspected that Frankie Valentine wouldn't see him coming. Frankie's been blinded by that powder, so Marv took his time. He fell in the worst spot you can fall in.
Yes, it hit somewhere near the inside of his thigh.
Yes, lower thigh. But here we go again. They're on the big cover there. Bill, you got to. The one thing I've noticed is I don't know if these BFF guys have even paid attention to this.
Now,
blood.
J-Rod not able to control himself, but there's times where your emotion gets away from you and it impacts negatively, as it did right there, slammed right into the boot of Marvelous Michael Stevens as J-Rod couldn't control himself, being sent out of the ring by Stan Robinson.
But Bill, these guys, they're just having a field day with Frankie. I don't think Frankie's regained his vision yet.
Vicious neck breaker there, beautifully executed, I hate to say, by Marvelous Michael Stevens.
What a lackadaisical cover, though, Bill. He wasn't pushing down on the shoulders. I've always said if you got a pin like you want to win. And it looks like he's digging in Frankie's eyes there, Bill. And I don't know if Stan Robinson can tell, but it looks like Marvelous Michael Stevens got his right eye right in Frankie's right hand, right in Frankie's eye.
Well, Stevens remembers well the damage he did with the powder. He's trying to add to that damage, but look at that.
Small package there.
This could be it right here. Oh, Valentine, just amazing. But there's only so much he can do at that point.
Bill, we've seen it time and time again. The resiliency of Frankie Valentine is second to none here, and he's got to dig deep for this one. He's been blinded. Since the moment he got blinded, he's been bombarded by offense by Stevens and Andrews.
Stevens, though, recognizing J-Rod's a little too close for comfort, picks up Valentine, moves him back a little closer to his tag corner, and now rakes the eyes again of Frankie Valentine. Continue to do damage to an already damaged area.
That's just smart pro wrestling. And look at this, Bill. He's got a body scissors on him. And this goes to that blood, Bill. If he's bleeding internally, all he's doing is applying the pressure to the wound. And the more pressure he applies, the more blood that'll flow, Bill. This is not a good sign for Frankie.
Well, and if there is damage, the increase on the damage is going to create a greater medical condition here. If Frankie Valentine isn't able to find his corner, isn't able to break free, he doesn't need to worry right now about pinning his opponent. He needs to worry about getting out of this match and getting the fresh man in.
J-Rod's doing all he can to get him live, but right back to the eyes there, Bill. Right back to that injured spot they've taken advantage of. I hate to say it, but it's brilliant planning by these BFF guys.
Now double teaming within the 5 count as he's dragging the eye down the ring ropes.
Bill, and the worst part about this is Frankie hasn't even had a moment to breathe for a chance.
Now J-Rod can't take it anymore. Comes in, solid blow to the back.
And he should have, Bill. At this point, you got to wonder if Stan Robinson would be in the wrong.
Look at Valentine just fighting back blindly, literally blindly in the ring.
Oh, eat the feet, Bill. He shoved that foot right in Frankie's face.
Took a while to grab that leg, and that's the only thing that saved Frankie Valentine right there, I'm convinced, Sal.
But, Bill, with this eye injury, if anybody would know, the guys here at Rampage Pro Wrestling, we're all the doc talks to all of us about this eye safety. He knows how important your eyes are. Hey, you got to wonder if Stan would be in the wrong for just calling this match now.
Well, you've seen an increased number of professional wrestlers wearing mouth guards into the ring. You can protect your teeth,
exactly,
but you can't protect your eyes.
Big belly-to-back suplex, Bill. These guys are relentless.
And it's not the first time damage to the eyes has impacted strongly on a professional wrestler. I remember a time in the Louisiana area where the Junkyard Dog was blinded for a period of time.
We saw Jake Roberts blinded. No matter how much you lift at the gym, Bill, you could squat 3,000 pounds and bench press 4,000 pounds. There's nothing you can do to prepare your eyes for an onslaught like they've received today.
But Valentine manages to make it to his feet and use the top of his head with
It was a Pele-like kick there, Bill. He pulled that out of nowhere. And look, Frankie's trying to go for the corner, Bill.
This is a really uncomfortable game of Marco Polo right now.
The fans are willing him on, and he got J-Rod in.
J-Rod, House of Fire. Stevens on the outside, so Andrews is going to get every bit of the anger and aggression of J-Rod, who's launched into him now with nothing but solid blows, and now the kicks are going to start.
There's those shots, Bill, those kicks that he's known for. Here comes Steven, blindsiding him. Oh, he missed on his own kick. Oh, is this... Why would you try to strike with a striker? Clothesline there, and it looked like Andrews almost pulled Marvelous down with him.
They're both down at this point, and Frankie Valentine trying to get up to his feet. J-Rod, I don't know if this is a good idea. Valentine had very little time to recover, but you know Valentine is the guy that'll fight no matter what. He's going to rest when the match is over.
Frankie can have nothing but a head and a hand, and he's going to be fighting, Bill. That's what Frankie Valentine does. And these fans are strongly behind him here at Johnny G's.
They're talking to each other. They've got an idea formulated. They reverse positions, double clotheslines in the corner, and now both men are going up top. And Frankie Valentine, he's biting his man.
Bill, at this point in the game, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, or eye for a tooth.
Whoa, Valentine just tossed.
And J-Rod has no clue. J-Rod dumped the back of his skull. Did you see? Oh.
Right to the side of the face and a boot right there. Forward boot cover has the leg. There's one, there's two.
Oh, what
J-Rod manages to kick out.
And we've talked about the fight in Frankie, but Marv's got that powder again, Bill. Marv's got that powder again. He just got a handful of it, Bill. Where's Robinson when we... Oh!
Well, he just got a handful of it, but on the face, Marvelous Michael Stevens has no idea where he is.
And there's the big knee.
Covered by Valentine. Stan Robinson out of position, gets a position. There's one.
Two. We got it, Bill. We got it. The winners in your main event today, J-Rod and Frankie Valentine. Very well done, boys.
Winners of the match, J-Rod and Frankie Valentine.
What a big episode of Rampage we had today, Bill. We saw the debut of Casey McKnight, an impressive young athlete. We saw Frankie and J-Rod continue their winning streak.
And next week, we've got even more action. Television title will be on the line again. Your man, Drew Adler, been working with him. He's doing great. In our main event, we'll see the Cash Vault defend the tag team titles against the Bullets, and that Jimmy Rave approved team's back.
Yeah, Bill, you know what? I might just, I might put an extended stay here next week. We've got the TV title online. We've got the Rave approved guys.
So you're going to be back?
I'll
be back. Hey, fans, why don't you come back, too? Right here, Rampage Pro Wrestling. Be here next week.